Hi, welcome to Dollars for College, a student financial planning toolkit. We are excited you have found this great resource and would like to take a few minutes to orient you to the site. My name is Claire, and I'm from Aspire. We're an organization dedicated to ensuring all young people have the financial information and resources necessary to find an affordable path to and through a post-secondary education. We wrote this toolkit, and we'll walk you through it today. There are many tools, tips, and words of advice embedded within Dollars for College, and we want to assure that you get the most out of it that you can. Let's get started. First, who is this toolkit for? Well, the short answer is you. Whoever you are, whether you are a student, a parent, or someone who works with youth on the path to college, you will be able to get something from this resource. It was written and designed for students, namely students in middle school through college, but there is a family section as well. What is Dollars for College? Dollars for College will be your tour guide walking next to you through your middle school, high school, and early college years, offering you countless tips and tricks and pointing you to outside resources. It will definitely teach you new things as well, through worksheets you can complete, visuals you can explore, and examples from other students like yourself. The good news? This was designed with you in mind and written directly to you. And what that means is that there are real-life student stories and quotes throughout, and all information is based on what you need to know and do in your particular grade. This toolkit will help you better navigate the financial aid process so you can make informed decisions every step of the way, making college as affordable as possible. To better understand how Dollars for College can help, let's hear a few examples. First, from a student. I'm a current 9th grader, and I want to make sure I am doing all I can now to get money for college. Where is the best place to start? You are always going to start with the home page. Type this address into your computer or phone. Next, you are going to have a choice to pick on the year or years you are wondering about. You can start at the beginning or jump into the middle, depending on what your question is or where you need the most support. For this instance, we'd pick 9th grade, as that's the age of the student. Next, once on that chapter's main page, you select the section or topic that you want to dive into. In this case, it could be any of these, but perhaps the section titled Good Grades plus Activities equals Scholarships makes the most sense. Next, you can click on that and it will take you to the content that you can read and interact with. Let's look at another example. I work with high school seniors on the college process. How can I help them prepare to pay for college? And where do I even begin? Well, start at the same place. This time, it probably makes most sense to pick 12th grade. Even if you aren't a student, the information found there could be something you share with the students that you work with. Once on the 12th grade chapter homepage, select a section by picking a topic. In this case, you asked about where to begin, so perhaps the senior year timeline section would be best. This takes you to a visual of the year and then goes into more detail about the financial aid process specifically. Okay, let's walk through one more example. I'm a parent of an 11th grader, and we have been starting to talk about affording college. How can I be preparing for what's ahead? Great question. While I did say that Dollars for College was written with students in mind, we know that parents can use that added support and guidance too. So this toolkit does have an entire section for families. When on that homepage, click on the Parents and Caregivers button to go straight there. Once there, you will find the chapters organized with grade level sections. This particular parent was asking about supporting an 11th grader, so you might select 11th grade in this instance, and then go straight to some of the key pieces of information to know. Remember what I mentioned about this being a connector? In this and all sections, there are links to other tools and resources outside of Dollars for College. In 11th grade section, for example, parents can link from the 11th grade page to an action plan for them on the College Board's Big Future site. Here is the page that Dollars for College would link to on College Board's website. Okay, we've walked through initial steps of what types of information you, or really anyone, can find on Dollars for College. Now, let's quickly look at a few more tips on how to get around the site so that you can truly get as much as possible from your experience with it. First, navigating the homepage. This is where you will land when you type in the web address. And in fact, if you are already listening to this instructional presentation, chances are you're already there. A few things to point out. First, the buttons where you select a specific time frame. We've already walked through where these take you. If you don't know which chapter to start with, start at the very beginning and go in order, or hop around depending on topics. Another important point to mention is that all of the information on this site is also available as a PDF or in document form for you to print and use in that way. You can download the entire toolkit in either English or Spanish. Just a few notes about how to get around the chapters. When you first arrive, the content will be visible. Each chapter gives you a brief overview of what you can learn by sharing what the section covers. Next, there are links to download that particular chapter only, instead of the entire toolkit, in Spanish or English. Below that, there are buttons on the right-hand side of your screen that highlight sections you can jump to. Finally, the two buttons on the bottom right allow you to get back to the home page easily and move on to the next chapter. Finally, we want to show you all that you can find within the chapters and sections of the toolkit. There will be links to other sections of the toolkit that may provide supporting information about what you are learning about. There are big tips highlighted in these blue boxes that help pull out what is most important to know about that particular topic. And within the content, there are real-life examples, conversation starters, student stories, and more. And lastly, as I mentioned earlier, you can find links to worksheets and other websites and tools. Here is one example of a worksheet. In this particular example, you could compare costs by writing in a sample college's information. There are many more interactive worksheets and pages like this and activities you can do, like completing a scholarship resume, organizing your financial aid deadlines, creating a budget, and more. We're almost done, but quickly, we want to thank those involved in bringing this toolkit to you, both the version available as a PDF and this online and phone-compatible website that you're experiencing now. Huge thanks go to the City Foundation, whose generous support made this project possible. Additional thanks to America's Promise Alliance, who led this project, and You Aspire, who wrote the content and created many of the tools. Please stay connected to us. One way to do this is to share your story or feedback at gradnation.org/stories. Okay, we've completed our time with you today, but just wanted to share these final thoughts. We hope within this resource you'll find a ton of support and guidance in navigating the often challenging financial aid processes. Tips, tools, and answers to the tough questions you might be afraid to ask, they're all here. And while there will be ups and downs on the path to and through college, we hope that this toolkit can help keep you on track. Use this site to help keep you moving towards your goals, and with it, achieve your college dreams affordably. Thanks so much for listening, and enjoy exploring Dollars for College.